Did it? Check my stream status. Okay. Let's go ahead and pull up my information. Okay. Let's close that. Close. Hi guys, give me a second. I'll be starting in a moment. Okay, guys. Let's go ahead and minimize Discord. And see coding. There we go. Do I have... I'm gonna wait a few minutes for people to get in here, but because I'm gonna talk about something I want actual feedback on. Okay, so actually let me switch which screen I'm showing. There we go. We don't need to see that. Okay, we'll go down here. I'll work on something else while I wait for more people to come into the stream. Boom, boom. Let's go ahead and work on the Ninja Quest while we wait. And then once a couple players get in, I'll go ahead and talk about housing system. I know you guys take a minute to come in usually. Okay. Oh wow, he really made this basic. Okay. Keep walking, acknowledge. Not ninja, operation, job level. Okay, this is gonna be for the... Okay, this is for the fucking Ninja Kunai Mark skill. Which, let me check to make sure that skill is completely coded real quick. I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah. 25% magic resistance. FSC, Kunai Mark. If you have Kunai Mark and they're hit with the Kunai of the proper element and the mob element is the same. Okay. Find our references real quick. It's been a while since I worked on this, so I did this back in December. Okay. And check the element of the Kunai. Kunai Mark for SC value 2. Okay. Let's go ahead and check the INDB import skill Skill DBYML, NJ Kunai mark. Duration 2 is 60 seconds. I think 60 seconds should be fine for the duration. Now let's go ahead and check the, I don't think I did the client side. I think that's what I needed to do still. Let's see, put that in the screen. Data, LUA, skill infos, skill ID. What ID was that? Is that 16? Yeah, 1687, okay. Just grab the KNI mark. Make sure the code matches. 1687. Okay. Surprised Null's not in here yet. 1687, and then let's grab skill info list, and let's grab skill description. Let's see, it's a passive skill, so let me grab a passive. That's an active, Halo Blade, Mutilate. After image, there we go. Grab passive, and then quest. It doesn't require anything, so actually let's do that real quick. And this is gonna be, I don't have a icon yet for it. I'll bug, I can always grab a, oh my god, I'm gonna pull my phone out of my crotch real quick. I can always grab an icon from one of the other jobs for now. I'll leave it as that one for now, set to one. Let's see. Next level 1. Quest. No, platinum. CO form passive is, what's the color in passive? After image, stealth break. A tier 3 sub only stream. Yeah. That unfortunately has, in fact, less. Also, hello, Teddy. How are you, good sir? Okay. Let's go ahead and write the description for this thing. I don't need that. I don't need levels. Let me shrink those down a little bit for so I can read it better. There we go. Oh I'm tired, so my eyes are really heavy. Requires no requirement. It's not toggle, it's a passive. There's no reason to have it off. Type debuff target. Type debuff. Okay. Fix that. Yeah. Yeah, I'll be talking about the housing system here shortly. I'm just waiting for a couple more people to pop in the stream. So that's the main goal of today's stream, is to talk about it, because I need to get it laid out so Forge can start working on a map. Now that the map editing is significantly easier with Brow 3.0, because you can copy paste stuff between maps, he can very easily make it a modular map. But yeah, we'll be talking about that here shortly. I think I toasted a thing about it like a year or two ago. I do not remember. It wouldn't surprise me if I did. Let's see. So I need a description for Kunai Mark. What's my description in patch notes? Copy. Kunai Mark. Space there. Yeah, so this right here. In element of a non-neutral element. Non-neutral element causes magic of the same. Meant to ignore 25% magic defense before flat reduction for 60 seconds. There we go. Save, and save. Okay. Go ahead and check to see if this works now. So let's open up this, minimize that, key, load, set, ignore, LUA, skill infos with a Z, drag, drop, file, save. Obviously you just can't see what I'm doing because this part isn't, the screen isn't shown. Let me hit BRB real quick. I need to check, make sure I'm not logged into my main account. Yeah, I was. Okay. Fake name. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Coding. Show RO. It's not going to connect because it's not started. I should probably actually make the skill pop up in the skill tree too. Skill tree view, extract. Try to minimize RO. Yes, shut up, go away. Okay. Okay. Ninja. Where should I put it? I'll put it under on 29 for now. I don't think that's where it's going to end up being, but we'll put it on 29 for now. 29 would be 0 through 6, 7, 14, 21, 28, 29. So it would be the 5th row down, second one over. We'll put on 28. It should probably go over near Thor Kunai, but for now we'll put it there. Today I'm going to be doing a dev talk about a housing system. I'm just waiting for a couple more people to pop in the stream before I start because I want quite a bit of feedback on it. And then I'll be posting a design doc in that I'll be looking over in Discord, like sometime later today as well. So anybody who doesn't get watch the stream, I can at least show the doc. But right now I'm adding a skill. I'm adding Kunai Mark for a ninja, a platinum ninja skill. Yeah. I wrote this to doc like 3 years ago, and the technology for mapping has finally improved enough, thanks to Borf, that it's reasonable to do it. So, good job, Borf. One second, I can hear my echo on my, there we go. Okay, let's see. Okay, so I did a skill tree view, and then I need to go to, yes. I forget who this is. Mr. Rock. I forget who you are. Did you mind reminding me? Game live. What was I doing? Oh yeah. Close that, open this, open file location. Let's see. Skill tree YML. Ninja. Okay. Oh wait. I already have it in there. Okay. Shit. I already did this part. So I already did all the server side stuff. Awesome. Doot. Yeah, as you know, my project's fairly different than RO. Okay, let's go ahead and start server. Minimize. I think I just got an error message from that I changed. Okay. That doesn't matter. Let's go. Yeah, I got an error message from something I changed, but it doesn't actually matter. Because it's it's something that I don't reference at all, so it won't actually cause a crash. I hope I'm getting a message on Discord. 1 second. Ah, Marka. Do. Okay, there we go. Sorry, someone asked me a question on Discord. There's somebody pinged me about how to add custom classes, and it's like, well, you hit F3, or you find swordsman, Java swordsman, right click, find all references. There you go. That's what you do. And then you obviously need to import it into the job BBM stuff, but that's easy. as well. Just waiting on server finish starting. Let's go ahead and start up a local client. I never updated the patch notes from the last patch. Shit. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh yeah, that's right. I was testing Mystic. The Mystic bug fixes are nice. I need a buff Mystic. I was actually thinking about this before doing the changes, that Mystic might need a buff. It can use some more power, particularly in the empowered skills from the fifth cast. For anybody who doesn't know, Mystic is a single target mage that swaps between the spells, and then if you cast one spell, the second spell you cast will recast the first spell, and then every fifth spell you cast will be empowered. That does like a bonus effect per skill, and then applies a bunch of effects based on the previous 4 skills you cast. Really complicated class. Really high skill cap class, but coffee's good. But it's very weak in overall. I think you probably use about 15% more power. Particularly since it's a single target DPS class with support aspects as well. Okay, let's see. At job ninja at all skills. Okay, let's go ahead and before let me add it to the Platinum NPC real quick. Import. No, not import. NPC custom private job. Delete. Platinum quest. There's no ninja in here, right? Yeah, there's no ninja. Okay. Should be a break right there. It doesn't technically need to be because there's a follow through, but I might as well put a break there and job. Ninja. Skill ID. Kunai mark. Ninja. Line file. Save. Reload script. Technically, when you're reloading, you should be reloading the actual NPC, particularly if you're live. You load just the NPC, but I didn't it's faster for me to type reload script and just look up where it is, or look up the actual full name. Speed 0. Okay, nice. Okay, so I need to pick a target with magic defense. So, let's see. What's Fire Kunai called? Like Blazing Kunai or something like that? Let me look it up. Rate my server. Item. Kunai. Heat Wave Kunai, sorry. At item 100. Okay. Let's see, throw kunai and blazing paddles. And let's grab RJ level 99 at all skills. Okay. Solo. Set target. Let's do Scarab Queen. At Dex 999. So like 14 to Like 14 to 50. I need an indicator. So let me go ahead and stop this real quick. Stop server, close up Windows. Let me make an indicator. Let me see. Let's make an indicator that's applied. Oh, let me hide it up above this. Hide up above this. Okay. So we need to do a cliff special effect. SRC, comma, hello game. God damn it, it's not fucking auto paying attention. Oh, goddamn IntelliSense. IntelliSense being retarded again. BL type send target, okay. Let's see. EF underscore fire. Let's use fireball 4. Except, I believe this is, what's the term for it? It's not BF. Let me find one second. Area, okay. I thought it was like BF area, but it's really just area. You can cast on yourself. And then let's go ahead and under references. Come on, come on. Actually cancel. I already have it in here. Let's see. Oh wait, no, that's not yeah, there it is, okay. So we'll do here, we'll do a show debug. This will only pop up in console, so you guys won't be able to see it, but still. Kunai March minus 25%. Build a solution. Where the fuck's Null? Usually he's in here by now. I wonder if he's busy today. I'm sorry, Null and D aren't in here yet. Or if they already haven't said anything. I'll run server. Wait for it to start. Grab my tea. Earl Grey. And my coffee. Delicious. I broke his CPU clock by fixing Mystic. Mystic hasn't been fixed yet, they're live. So I just fixed locally. Also, he doesn't play Mystic. So start. Yes. Yeah, it was actually an easy fix. I just had to track it down. The latest report actually gave me a much better indicator to what was wrong. So he did a good, Alrex did a really good job of actually issuing a bug report. Yeah, also the fact that everything was off by 1. That was probably pretty rough. I did fix that one. Also, it wasn't you one-shot yourself. It was that you lowered your resistance by int min. So you gave yourself negative 21 million or 2.1 billion resistance. So yeah, you took a little bit more damage. Yeah, it was basically a null pointer, essentially, but without a null pointer, because it was the pointer was defined. It just wasn't ever instantiated or zeroed out. Yeah, it was funny until you get hit by it. Okay. Yeah, I pointed to random memory exactly. I couldn't think of the right word. Thank you. Set target. Okay, let's go ahead and do gold skewer Epic Queen. I have console open. Wait, what? Wait, do I not have like? I do. The fuck? Damage setting, change target. I might not have enough damage to hurt that one. Put that in there so I can actually see it. Yeah, it's sometimes weird that it does that. It probably managed to grab a number. Something is wrong here. Yeah, something's not accurate here. Okay, yeah, it's not triggering the, what's it called either, so let me double check the code. Okay, so if I go to right click, find our references, target ESC, target, okay. Can I mark SC start, SC BL, can I mark 100, that's the chance. Skill level is the element, okay. So value 1 is the element, duration is pick a definition. This should be none, right? Yeah, that should be none. There's no extra flags on it. Let me write a couple debug messages. So debug. I could do breakpoints, but can I mark learned? Alley equals percent I, comma skill, and then can I mark added build solution? I wonder if I didn't have can I mark learned. Okay. Run server. Something. Literally just adding fucking debug messages. I have a fucking massive headache. I had like 2.5 hours of sleep. I laid down at like 1, and I was still awake at 6:20. So, you know, I actually got out of bed and like did stuff, and then like laid back down, hoping that would help me sleep, and it did not. So. And of course, it happens every time. I was like, okay, I'm gonna stream tomorrow, guys. Let's go ahead and do a good stream. And then, like, literally the night before, I'm like, I can't sleep. Happened to me like 2 weeks ago too, when I was gonna stream like for the first time this year, and I just couldn't sleep. And I go, oh my god, my nose itches. I need to grab a tissue and like blow my nose or something. Okay, start client. Start client. The thing is, I don't stress about streams. Like, the streams don't bother me at all. It's just, God, Teddy, stop singing. Before I start rickrolling you. I mean, I can make you. I won't, but I can. You have an LP? I don't know what you mean by LPs, or... Oh. Okay, that's spawn 1905 skill. I should have solved that skill guy. Okay, I have kunai mark. Let's see. So if I cast kunai mark learned element 12. How is that element 12? The fuck? The fuck is element 12? Oh, because it's using get skill LA. I see. Which, if you go to pick a definition. Okay, apparently that's gonna be completely useless for me. So let me check kunai and notepad plus. Oh, yeah. Excuse me. Throw kunai. Yeah, element is weapon. Oh, okay. So how do I do this? I don't want to check the actual. I want to take the actual element of the skill. Would that be? I might need to move this bit of code then. So I don't think we store weapon data here. Weapon data dot. Let's see. Is it? Yeah, I don't think we store weapon data here. Okay. So we need to move this bit of code. Cut this. Paste this. Cut that. Notepad++, hard notepad++, drop this in there to save it, and then I need to find, my eye's twitching. NJ kunai. obviously weapon data is not here. Auto references. Hit rate. Hello, please. Let's see. Weapon data. Where is the element stored? My brain. Is it WD damage dot let me do this real quick. P definition. Pick a definition. It's fine. I just need to do this real quick. Yeah, right element, which is that's what I need. Let's see, find references. Let's see, where else is this? Definition. About like element damage. I can always throw it in here. Yeah, let me throw it in here real quick. And skill. And this is now target. And instead of skill, actually, it would be right Ellie. Right Ellie. And right Ellie. Close all solutions. Build solution. Hello, please, by the way. I'll be doing a... Oh. Build solution. I'll be doing a... What? Oh. Build solution, my bad. I'll be doing the talk on the housing thing shortly. I'm pretty sure I talked about this a couple years ago. But now that the tech for mapping is significantly better, we should be able to do it without much effort as far as the mapping part is concerned, which is honestly the biggest bottleneck. Let's go ahead and start client, yes, start client. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, show RO. So waiting on server to start up. The fuck was that? That was weird. Stare the fuck out of me. That was weird. There was just a loud bang. I don't know if you heard it. Or I don't know if the mic picked it up, I should say. Flashbang! 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 Oh, please, were you helping out with the project that Forge is working on? Or no? I don't remember who's part of it or not. Yeah, Spawn 1905. Can I? Oh. Okay. Element 3, up, let's go. So this should now solo. I should be able to hit. Grab a clean. Okay. At 1999. It's not triggering the or nor magic fence part. So can I mark added LE3? Can I mark added LE3? Oh, am I? Oh, you don't know how I delayed your? I kind of like that animation. Yeah, it's not triggering the defense ignore part. Magic defense ignore part. So let's go ahead and check the code. Hide RO. Let's see final references. Okay. So this is triggering. This is triggering. This is going through. This is hitting 3, which is fire. Let's see final references real quick. So skill time 2 for that, which would be skill DB. Notepad++, which is skill DB, that right there, so it should be 60 seconds. And then if we go to this one, so if your SD, is that SD is the caster, yeah, so caster. It might also be me responding slowly as well. Let's see. Okay, so let me see. Obviously sleep is separate. Yeah. So sleep makes you them have 0 magic defense, which technically can be a nerf if you have enough magic defense piercing, but overall it should probably be a buff. Can I mark equals not get scale LA? 80 dot. Damage. How do you do get element for? What's the way to getting element for? Okay, first let me move this real quick. I'm going to I'm gonna separate this out real quick for better debugging. Daily matches. There we go. Close that. Hide Notepad++. I'm not using that. Who's messaging me? Oh, Sleep Squishy's messaging me. Okay, close that. Okay, so let me go ahead. I'm pretty sure this is where it's failing right here. Because this right here should fit pass. This right here should pass as long as the SC is being applied, which you saw the trigger before it was. Yes, this is our Athena. It's custom stuff, but yes, this is our Athena's base code. So let's go ahead and my code is technically a year old, or almost a year old now. I'm going to be doing an update either at the end of this month or next month to the latest hash. But yes, it is technically our Athena. Sup. Glad to hear that. Okay, so I need to find the element of magic damage. Oh. Can you tell me what that's from, sir? Mr. Sandboxer. Okay, 1 second. Pick a definition, or no? Yeah. Let's see, go to definition. Oh, wait, that's... Oh. Okay. Yeah, I've been doing this for a while now, like 2 years. I started streaming like 2 years ago. Just coding streams every now and then. Okay, that should work. The fuck? Yeah, that should work just fine right there. Let me get the value on that real quick. Comma percent I. And we'll grab TSC value 1 as well. Versus percent I. Yeah, right now I'm debugging a custom skill build solution. Oh. Build solution. This is Visual Studios. Just Visual Studios 2019, if I remember correctly. I have 2022 installed, but yeah, I have 2019 and 2022 installed, but 2022 stopped working for my Arthena code for some reason. It just crashes the second I load it, and I haven't bothered fixing it, so I just loaded it up in 2019. 2022 is a little bit better though. Okay, I'm 99% sure that this is where the bug lies. Actually, let me stop this real quick before I forget. /n final references. Okay, this bothers me. /n. Okay, build solution. Okay. Let's go ahead and start server. Yeah, right now I'm working on a custom, so I reworked Ninja into a standard class, basically. So it has Ninja's first job. Second job is Shinobi. Third job, or Trend's second job is Nokizaru, which literally just is Ninja. It's just another name for Ninja, I should say. But I'm giving him a platinum skill right now. Giving the Ninja 1-1 a platinum skill. And then a little bit later, once I finish fixing this, I'm going to do a discussion on a player housing system. On what we would like to see, what my players would like to see. Kinda, yeah. That's not quite right, but yeah. Yeah, it means masquerade. I can't say that word right now. That. Yeah. Oops, there's not many click that. Close. Yeah, it's macaque. There you go. I've been working on Nokia's or Ninja's platinum skill while I waited for people to get here. So you haven't missed much. It was just me debugging essentially. I'll be doing the. You didn't miss all Teddy's funny jokes, so be sure to go back and rewatch the stream for that. Okay, spawn 1905. Okay. Let me pull up my thing. You guys again can't see this, so show RO. So if I cast this, kunai mark, LE3, okay. See, there's the animation saying it hit, it applies the effect. Oh, thank you, thank you. Oh, nice starter sound. They have skills as well. Ragnarok. So I've already given them new skills. So I split Ninja up into 3 classes. So if you Ninja now is only this is now Ninja. And then if you go to at job Shinobi, did I spell that wrong? God damn it. Yeah, they did it entirely reworked. Job Noki Azaru. Yeah, there you go. Add all skills. Okay. So Nokizaru gets these 4 right here. And like 1 or 2 others, but if I do at item, what's the ice? Oh my god, what's the name of a fucking item called? Stone, ice stone, okay. Stone 100 underscore not at item wind stone 100 at item fire stone 100. Fatfinger did. Wait, what? Oh, flame. Right? Flamestone 100. Okay. Yeah, so like new skills. Yeah, see they have a bunch of new skills. So they already did the new skill part. As for Ninja, it just got this. So it lost all the tier 2 spells. It just the tier 1 magic spells and some basic throwing skills. Because that's how many skill points you have, so there's no point going too much higher than that. And then they got a bunch of skills from... They got a few skills from the official Ninja secondary job class. So they got Empty Shadow, they got Body Double, and Shadow Warrior, as well as... What's the other one they got? Pure Soul. And there's one more. Oh yeah, and this one right here. The Makibishi. Everything else is custom or regular Ninja. But anyways, let's go ahead and spawn 1905. So apply effect. It's not even, wait, what? Not even triggering the animations or the dialogue at all on that. So give me a second. Can I mark find references? Hide a row. Okay, so it's not even getting to this. Let's split this up some more, I guess. Close this. Close that. Is the S scene just not applying for some reason? There we go. Let's debug it further. Can I mark? Learned. Let's go ahead and get rid of this one right here. SC start, status change. Can I mark target 100%? Second. I think this might be the issue. I'm trying to remember 1 second. Find out. Did I put the wrong number? Yeah, I put the wrong number. Okay, that's why. Oops. I forgot this is the 1 10,000, not the 1 in 100 build solution. That should fix it. Okay. Run server. So basically it was a 1% chance of proccing instead of a 100% chance of proccing, which would definitely explain why it's failing. Technically, this should have been if this right here, because it does return a value, do effect like that. That would have been a more optimal way of doing this code. Obviously, if I put the if properly, not if star, if bracket. Okay, starting up server again. Oh, and while I'm waiting, let me go ahead and update the skill tree real quick so it pops in the skill tree properly. Set key. Skill tree view, file, save. There we go. Start client up. Yes. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, by the way, thank you, Sandbox, for the cheer. I don't know if I said something about it or not, but thank you. Thank you for the Daruru. I'm out of coffee. Okay, time for tea. Nice Earl Grey. I'm not always out of coffee, I just finished it. So I wasn't out of it for the first hour. For the reason why I bring up multiple drinks when I'm streaming. I must always bring up a cup of coffee, a cup of tea, and water. Earl Grey. Speaking of Earl, I really like the band Earl, or the artist Earl. She's really good. I think I might have put a song or two of them in the Monkey Moments Spotify list. No, you're good. No, you're more than welcome to eat at my time. Chatting with, well, chat is more entertaining. Keeps things more interesting for me. Spawn 1905. I like answering questions, stuff like that. Okay, so that should have worked now. Okay, there we go. Now it works properly. Obviously, it won't show any difference on him because he's what's it called? Let's go ahead and solo spawn set target. Scaraba Queen. So this should be fairly noticeable. Yes, how you? I forgot. I should have tested it before spawning. Let's see. Let's try this again. Let's not actually cast the CL. Yeah, so it's about 200 to 300. Yeah, So definitely increases the damage. Okay. It's about a 50% damage increase against her though. I'm aware. That's why she's gonna be the most noticeable target. If you have 99, you just miss at. Yeah, if you just do this, like this would miss before. So. Yeah, so it's enough to let you hit her, even if you have no gear on, so which is good. Okay, skill works. Let's see where the skills in the skill DB. I should probably move this to right here. What do you think? Also, I should fix the name. Let me do that real quick. Skill description, notepad plus plus, hide row. It's a platinum skill, so I typically avoid putting platinum skills in the center, so you don't actually like try and level it up. Also, yeah, the description's still wrong, so let me go ahead and update the description. Let's see, platinum, level 1, and this would be Kunai Mark. It does have to do with physical though, because you need to cast. It depends. Ragnarok. Realistically, it should be like right here, because it requires kunai and it affects magic. Because it requires throwing kunai, so it's not. So let's see. We'll put it right here. Right. 29, 30, 31, 31. So let's go ahead and do. That's fair. Yeah. So where do you want it? I'm thinking right here, right in the center. So on 31. But oh, sorry, my bad. I'm thinking right here on 31. Okay. Let's move it real quick. 31. Save. No, they won't get anything else. I think the ninja first job is pretty much set, because I wanted it to be just ninja, like as players know it. That way, people who are new, who have played RO before, feel the same power level. The only, obviously, you won't have as much skill points right here, and you're missing a couple skills here, but overall, it still feels the same. And then once you transition to second job, it feels the same. Especially since their experience curve went down. You'll hit the job level significantly faster than you did before, because it's now a first job, not a second job. Or sorry, extended job, which extended jobs are basically trans jobs as far as the experience table, which is absolutely dumb. Okay, I moved it, fixed the description. Let me go ahead and check the skill info list, make sure that's correct. Okay, that's correct. And that's it. Okay, skill is done. Now I can close this. Player home. I can now talk about this. Okay. So, let's go ahead and zoom in a little bit. There we go. How's the size on the screen for you guys? Is it too small or too big or anything for the text? Okay. Let me know if anybody is too small for anybody, and I'll increase the size again. So functionally, I want to make a housing system that's dynamically, so where each building gets progressively upgraded, as well as the inside of your house gets upgraded. For now that Brow Edit 3.0 is out and you can copy paste map assets, it's significantly easier to like make a bitwise map. By bitwise map, I mean if 1, if 2, if 4, if 8. If these are active, it triggers certain things being built, and obviously, depending on the combination, no matter what you add up together, it would lead to a different combination. Technically, this would be a better example, but that beside the point. That's being pedantic and being just being pedantic. So the few things I want the house to do, I want the house to give players like a reason to grind certain like weird items. So I don't want you just to like be able to buy everything. It's not going to be Zenny based. It's going to be item based for the most part. There's going to be Zenny cost, of course, but you're going to start off with just the steward, and that's it. Think kind of like Skyrim housing, where you just progressively build it up. Similar to that. And it's going to be instance based, so you can just enter and it'll be dynamically generated. Dynamically generate which map you need to be on. Yes, I'll get to that. There will be upkeep. How extreme I make it, I haven't decided yet. That is a balance issue that can be adjusted. So each building type, farm, mine, pet pen. Is that the right pen? I think it's the wrong pen. Is that the right pen? Whatever. Bedroom, kitchen, forge, library, enchanting station. And each of these will let you hire staff. It's the right pen. Okay, thank you. And as well as give you access to the storage for those that would be applicable to that thing. So the first things you'll want to get are a bedroom for the rested bonus and the well rested bonus, which is just a double effect rested bonus like you get from the inn. So it's going to be immediately better to use this over the inn. In each plot will have a unit other than mine. Mine will not. You won't be able to hire anybody for the mine. You'll have to do it yourself. That's currently my numbers on it. Each floor gets 1 to 3 deposits every hour, and there's 3 floors. One second, I need to sneeze. Excuse me. Grazie. So for instance, the forge, you can hire a blacksmith assistant, which can do basic forging, like refining, and then once you level him up enough, he can do enriched refining as well per you. And here's what each job does. But kitchen is chef, allows you to make foods without the cooking kit, so it basically just skips the cooking kit set. Forge will let you craft foods. Will probably still need the cookbooks. Yes, I'm thinking. I can either make them require the cookbooks or make you require the chef to be learned. I think that's how I wrote it. Yeah. can cook level foods. So he's equivalent to a cookbook. Yeah, that can always be a requirement for leveling up the chef. So you level up the chef to the next level, you have to give him a cookbook. It's they're not going to be like they're all going to be leveled up via quest, in quotation marks, as you see. It's essentially just a fetch quest. Bring X bunch of these items to me, and he'll level up type thing. Um, Library for scrolling and identify crafting, enchanting for hiring fairy. I notice I type this wrong every single time. We'll ignore that. um, Alchemist assistant. Barracks is required to actually hire any staff at all. So for every staff member you want to hire, you need to upgrade the barracks. Spa will just be essentially the fountain buff is probably being changed to it. Who cares? It's a dev. It's a dev doc. Who cares? Spa will also let you reset your hatred and reset your supernovice death counter, or reduce your supernovice death counter. Um, Docks let you just travel places easier. Airship, same thing, and then warp gate, same thing. Those are just traveling options. Vendor, this is going to be the personal, basically the shared shop. That's basically what this is going to be. Yeah, so that's literally what I was doing the shared shop for, was for this right here. A cleaner clears stuff out. Farmers for crops. I already have a farming system wrote, but I'll probably have to rewrite from scratch because it's very, very old and janky. Alchemist, blacksmith, you know what those do, you know what chef does. Librarian can identify all your items in bulk and lowers the cost of identifying. Eventually, if you max them out, it hits us free. I figured that's worth it. Especially with the maintenance stuff. If the maintenance stuff not going to be a thing, then this will probably be reduced to like that or something. Not that identify is expensive. I want to make this stable thing essentially leveling up your pets, so you can loyalty train your pets without having them out. Hire adventurers to defend your base. Guards are just adventurers who are placed at your base. People who are exploring or leveling up. This is a good way to get random gear too. Fairy, you already know what Fairy does. It will go all the way to Master and Enchanter, by the way. So this will be 100% worth doing, especially with that. Although reroll is not really a thing anymore, so I'll probably remove that line. Healer, essentially fountain. Oh, that's easy. So it will literally be all of them. I'm pretty sure. So it'll instantly be better because the way it's coded is actually a bitwise check. Yeah, so it will just be a better version of all the fairies. So this alone will probably make it worth it. Fairy will make it worth it, as will the blacksmith and alchemist, I think, and of course the mining. Negative effects. Bandit raids. These can only happen when you're not in the instance, by the way. I don't want to have to write you defending it. I might eventually do that, where you log in and you're under attack and you defend it. But essentially, I want to do it as offline, or when you're offline. These numbers are just preliminary numbers, so. Yeah. Yeah, bandits will attack your guards. If you don't have guards, they'll attack your units, your things. if your if your staff dies, they reset. You either rehire them and they start over. So you will want guards. It's not going to be super high chance. It's not going to be rough. Um, guards can be resurrected. Guards and Avengers can just be resurrected, so you don't have to worry about them dying. So you just want them there and not and alive. Resurrect will probably be the healer. Resu. That's all spelled wrong. Don't care. Resu. 4Z. You can use Zinnia or leaves. Yeah, so the guards you won't be able to. I don't really want to do too much micromanaging, so I'm not going to let you choose what job they upgrade into. It's just going to be an aesthetic thing, essentially. And they'll walk around your base. Ooh, back popping. Something I was thinking about doing for the guards is making them take the appearance of your other characters if you have them. So when you enter, your other characters can be walking around. Let's see. Infestations, just, well, they're infestation. They just prevent production in these areas. Monster attack, basically same as bandit raid, but damage and can damage areas. Monster takeover. This one actually requires you to go in and deal with it, and it's for the mines specifically. So you can just outright lose. You can lose your mines. Cave-ins, basically lower your mine level. So you have to maintenance it. Earthquake, maintenance it. This one I might remove because it's a little too strong. Fire, same thing. Though there's no way protecting from a fire, so I might remove it because I'm going to make you prevent it. And then this is what the maintenance things are. I haven't established Zenny cost, or what's it called? Yeah, that could work. There's no fountain, but this, yeah, spa. Yeah. Protects, reduces fire chance. Ooh. Thank you for the comment. Yeah, if your staff gets killed, either rehire. If somebody lowers level, if a building lowers level, either re-upgrade it. For instance, the monster attack or the bandit attack can lower the mining level, for example, and you have to re-level it up, which is item requirement, not Zinnia requirement. Damage, same thing, just have to repair it. And then the worst one is staff members killed, but that's easy enough to prevent. It's not going to be that. I don't know how ridiculous I want to be. I'm still on the fence on this one right here. I might make it so if you say you go on, take a 3-month break or a 6-month break or something like that, which some people do, and you come back, you don't want to lose everything. So this might be like, oh, you owe me this much still. I won't work until then. So let me actually do this. There we go. We'll lose benefits until paid. This right here, though, eventually you will probably lose all your units from getting killed. That requires all your guards to die, and I want the chances to be very, very low. I don't want it to be like every day when you log in something's happened. I want it to be like, oh, you haven't, it's been a week and one thing happens or something like that. Okay, have a good one, Melons. I'll see you I'll see you probably tomorrow or in game later. That's fair. Okay. Yeah, that'd be a good option. Let me go ahead and let me put that. I'll put that in steward. Um. Um. There we go. So yeah, you can disable it from steward, and you can just lock it for a week or for a minimum of a week. So you can't just lock it, go AFK for 2 days, and then come back and then re-enable it to prevent stuff from happening. You have to lock it for at least a week, and it prevents all updates completely. That'd be a good way of doing it. So nothing good or bad can happen. Because like I said, I wouldn't do a set number of days because you don't know how long you'll be on hiatus. But I would put a minimum on it, so a minimum duration. Hmm. I don't know what the numbers will be yet, so. I don't want this to be like Zenny-wise. I don't want this to be a Zenny sync. That's not the goal of it. There will be Zenny costs, but that's not the primary goal of it. I want it to be. Okay. I was thinking based on duration, but should reactivate. But that works. Items. But so is there anything else we would want though? That's my main thing. Oh, when I said X, I meant fairly low. Yeah, I wasn't thinking very high. Enough that it's inconvenience, but not enough that it's like it's not worth doing. Yeah, I think like a percentage. No, houses will be per count, and yes, you can invite people to it. So, I didn't put that anywhere. Okay. Invite. Invite friends to it. Per account. The house is per account. So let me go into those real quick. So Alchemist increases this chance of crafting potions, and small chances just give you potions daily. It also lets you craft potions on non-alchemist characters, so you don't have to make an alchemist to make potions. Same thing with Blacksmith. Blacksmith lets you refine items, as well as refine enriched at a higher chance. It'll be less than. This will be less than player refining, but higher than NPC refining. I'm thinking. Or maybe just make this match player refining up to. Like, or something like that. Where at max level, it's basically a player refining it. The wait, player refining wasn't affected. No, player refining is flat. It's player crafting this. There we go. All right. And then refining maybe 1%. Yeah. And then a small chance of just making you gear. Yes. The chance increases for the NPC, not the player. I can make it both. That would make it more valuable, but it would have to be a fairly small increase. I think the station does it. 1 second. I think I read the station does it. Yeah. Can craft with a slightly higher chance for blacksmith. Yeah. So if you're the right class, you get the bonus chance. Sorry. So blacksmith on the forge will have a higher chance of crafting. I'm thinking like essentially take the forge item. What's it called? The fucking anvil. Basically add a level to the anvil. So instead of Imperium anvil, add like instead of 20% chance, add a 25% chance, for example. Yeah. Yes, hire blacksmith for. Yes, Sandy. Oh, it says crafting, but yeah. I didn't specify. I think I'm only gonna have it increase the crafting chance, not the refined chance. Since you can essentially gives you access to this one, which would be let me go ahead up to wait, I'm trying to remember, does Whitesmith benefit from refining? It does, right? As well as crafting? Yeah, it does, okay. Yeah. Remember, I do want to update crafting in general, anyways, particularly for alchemist. I want to make alchemist significantly easier to craft already. Yeah, that's something I've been meaning to do for a while. I just haven't. Oh, that's coffee. I'm gonna grab tea. Yeah, I want it to be a small. I want to be a min-maxing benefit, not a mandatory benefit. So if you want to min-max, yeah, if you get, no, I didn't try to buy ninjas along the lake. So if you want to min-max your stuff, i.e. your null, you'll care about this. If you want to just a decorative house, you can have it. They're not thick enough. Thick with 2 C's even. That's called min-maxing. No, you can already do it. Yeah, you can already very easily get 100% crafting chance on potions. Or like very close to 100%. get 100% or very, very close. I forget. Yeah. Those are percent modifiers that are multiplicative, so they don't actually increase you over 100% if you're not already 100%. But combine that with like the luck buffs and the two luck buffs from Esper and from Priest, and there you go. As well as combining it with Marionette control. Which at some point in time, I'm going to fix that exploit, by the way. The Marionette control resetting your stats exploit. Or whatever it is. I know what it is, but I can't remember off the top of my head. I know it exists, I should say. Eventually, I'm going to fix that. But overall, would you guys be interested in a system like this? Of course, there's owning a home. That's all. So I want most library does seem a little niche, yes. Identifying in bulk and being free identifies eventually is nice, but scroll crafting again is super niche, at least at the moment, because there's a lot less scrolls. I haven't added any new scrolls or anything like that, so. But a librarian will probably not be super expensive to upgrade because of that. Yeah, obviously the vendor is gonna be nice. The thing also storage. That's where the big one is storage. Yeah, that's possible. Let's see. Oh wait, I know what we can do here. Buy blank scrolls. Reduce cost based on level. Actually, I'll tie this to the actual librarian. Yeah, okay. And then we'll go here and grab this to there. So the main thing though is going to be the storage. So I'm going to be adding a bunch of new storages. So mist, consumable. You already have weapon, armor. One second. Let me look up the enter server. Yeah, so you guys already have weapon, enchant, bonus, and head. Technically, it's not called headgear, but I'm going to call it headgear. Yeah, you guys already have 5 storages plus enchanting. 5 storage. Storage, extra storage, 1 extra storage. Apparently I cannot type today to weapon, armor, and enchanting. These are your current storages. I'm going to add main, consumable, headgear, 1 headgear, 2 Headgear 3. I'm gonna add 3 headgear storages just for you fucking headgear collectors. This might increase eventually. Let's see, what else do we need? We needed a misc, consumable, ammo card. Ammo card. So this is gonna be the main benefit right here. Is storage. I might actually disable storage from other areas. So this will just be access whatever you unlock from other areas. Oh yeah, and pet storage. Pet storage. So any other storage types you guys would need? I'll settle on 3 headgear storages for now. Eventually they'll probably go up after we add more headgears. These 2 might just be removed / renamed, by the way. I'm going to assume these 2 are removed for the moment. Yeah, so this would bring your total storage count up to quite a bit more. That's like what, 7,200? Something like that. Anybody else think of any other storage types you guys might need? Weapon, armor. Each of these holds 600, by the way. So, enchanting, misc, consumable. That's what regular storage is for. If you want a little bit of everything. And you can organize shit. Okay. I would like to add, like, basically, you put everything into a junk storage and it sorts it, but I'll have to get that working before I promise anything, because that's fairly complicated. Because it will have to do a for loop, check what type it is, check which storage it can go into, put it in the correct storage, and only if there's room in there. And then remove it from its own storage. So this will be a tricky one. That way you don't have to, you can just throw it in and it'll auto sort it into the correct storage types. But as for the building materials, I'm thinking of adding lots of woods, like woods and ores, lots and lots of ores. You're gonna probably need a lot of iron and other sort of resources for this build, for these buildings. It will also depend on how it ends up looking and like the actual numbers, but it's gonna be fairly high as far as resources are concerned. For the initial building part, and for the upgrading, probably the first tier will be low, and then as you get more and more tiers, it'll get more and more expensive. So, for instance, the forge, maybe you'll need a anvil of each type in order to build it, and a bunch of iron and stuff like that. Damage is fine. You don't have everything that should be lowered. Maybe a percent damage. Maybe I'll make damage a more extreme, possibly more extreme. Yeah, I can remove it. I'm fine removing that. The only one I think should yeah. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. And it has to be a percent damage. So, for instance, say you have a cave in. Um, yeah. So, say you have a cave in, and then you get hit by a bandit, you can actually have it damaged further, type thing. And then it can cost up to 100% of the level. So, if you get damaged multiple times, it can be, say, 100% damaged, in which case you need to level up. Is essentially re leveling it up for one level, though. Um, um, and by the way, there is a distinction between kill plants and remove plants. Just an FYI. Kill when plants die, they turn into dead branches or dead herbs, depending on what plant they are. So. I have a bunch of cool sprites for that already too, by the way, that I commissioned like 4 years ago. Though I might actually commission some new ones from ZRK. If he's in here, hello. Yeah, okay, and this one right here. Yeah, the only one you actually interact with, though, is Monster Takeover, so. What's up? Friday night, I mean. Okay, anything else we could possibly need? Ignore this, this is me giving examples. Do, 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 do. Ba, da, 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 do, da. Yeah, I'll have to figure out the building materials and stuff like that. That would be very, very dependent on how it ends up looking, how Forest ends up making it look in the map. But I want to get the overall, any other rooms we need is not picked out because once Forest works in the map, I don't want to have him go back and add new stuff because there's already going to be a ton of work to make variations of each of these tiered that mix and match. That's already a huge pain in the ass. Granted, each one of these can always be a separate map. Like a separate map, and then the main house. I like your funny words, Magic Man. And I think this is the biggest reason why people want it, though, is the storage. Is there anything else? I was. I'm not sure. So I have a. Turn up my music just slightly. I have an old housing system that was written forever ago, and the way it was worked is basically once you bought a home, it created a list with your name in it, of the owner homeowner, um, and you could just invite people, and you could give that account permission. Um, so, for instance, if I created one, I could give Null's account permission to enter my home, and you could just click on the home and hit enter. It was basically just a sign with a big list in it that dynamically populated as people bought homes. And you just need to give permission for me to enter. That's all. You can also just set your house as open, so anybody can enter. I will make it. Yeah. So I will probably make you be able to restrict access to certain things. So I will probably make it so you can't use anybody else's mine. Just so there's no mine abuse. There's no, oh, I created 15 accounts just so I can go mining. Yeah, exactly. Mine and farm will be your account only. But like the forge and the kitchen, those are fine. You can, those aren't like super high end. Stuff like the librarian, like who cares if someone else accesses it. Your shop though, that's the main thing. So the vendor, I want people to come and buy from your vendor as well. So you will be able to disable that and enable that. So they can come in and buy from your shop. So you can basically essentially put items on for sale at your NPC. Yeah, so it'll be personalized, but this will be only your items that you sell to it will matter. The actual live one next patch is not personalized yet. It is 100 items max. And whenever you sell a new item, the oldest item will be removed. So whatever's at the top of the list just gets removed, even if it's been sold more recently. I could probably make it so it auto resorts. So whenever someone sells something new, it goes to the bottom of the list rather than the top of the list, or maybe even the other way around. I'm not sure how I would do that, but for this one, you can basically set up a shop in your home that sells like 100 items or 200 items or whatever. Actually, I do need to do a few tests for this still because of the way. Yeah, that's exactly what I can make it. Well, only the owner could sell items that would update it. Anybody can sell items to it. That doesn't matter. Which won't update the list. That's what you mean. So they could enter your home and sell the items to the NPC, but that doesn't matter because. Oh wait, I already did that. And then any items that players buy from it, you would get a cut of the zenny. That's what I'm thinking. So, for instance, if you sell it well, say you sell it I don't know, a sword. Say you sell a sword for 500 gold. You get 500 gold from selling it to him originally, and then if somebody else comes by and buys that sword, you'll get the other half of your money back. So you can basically double the amount of money you get from selling, assuming the tax rate is lower enough. But obviously the tax rate on it, so it's not quite double. But this can essentially be a discount overcharge type mechanic, or more like overcharge. I'll probably remove this actually. I don't want that being adjustable. Or you can't just lower the price for somebody else. Actually, no. Yeah, you can. Where's... Yeah. Obviously, merchants will have a purpose for vending. They can vend in town as well. You don't need to go to somebody's shop to do it. But this will be, maybe this will be just removed, so I'm not sure on this one. I'll think on this one a bit more on the ramifications. Because if you can adjust the prices and you get a percentage back, it will be good, but you don't want to make it so valuable that you can't make set manual prices. So I don't want it to be able to set manual prices. So no. Excuse me. Yeah, so I don't want you to be able to sell like a card for $1 million. You sell them a card for 10. Or sorry, you sell them a card for 10. You sell them a card for 10, and then he'll let you sell it up to 20, basically. So you wouldn't want to use it for general trading. You could also use it as a storage for yourself if you wanted, where you just throw you can sell a bunch of items and he'll hold those items. Yeah. For low value trades or for high value natural price items, it'd be fine. Like Hell Set. All the Hell's gear, which are reasonably priced, I think. And then you wouldn't be able to lower the price lower either. So past half value. So in this word example, so you sell it to the NPC for 250. A player could buy it up to 250, but he wouldn't give you that extra money. He only gives you anything above that. So there's no point in you reducing the price and just selling it to somebody. Kind of. And it'll be per shop, so you won't be able to adjust it per item. So it's just an overall percentage. So that's how I think I'll manage it. I still need to look into the, what is it called? The new crafting from the renewal. Oh, what's that fucking called? Oh my god. Somebody help me. The new crafting UI. No, not weapon grades. It's before weapon grades. Possible material exchange. There's a new UI. But anyways, there's a new UI for, I want to go look into that and see about using it for the blacksmith crafting. To replace the blacksmith crafting completely again. But that's very tedious. I probably do that, God, there's so much stuff I wanted to work on. Yeah, it's pretty generic. Fucking I can't remember what it's called. It like got added in like the 2018 clients. Yeah, the new, might be the new Refine UI. No, not the new Refine UI. New Refine UI is fairly limited. Might be. Which one has like the 5 item slots on it? There's one that like has like 5 item slots, and then you like drag and drop your items into it. That one. Is that the new Refine UI? Okay, yeah. So the new Refine UI. I might use that for forging. Yeah, yeah. Okay. I think that's the one. Yeah. I might go ahead and kidnap that whole UI system and use it as the new blacksmith crafting because it's much less restrictive. Okay, yeah, and I'll have to like break down the functions and stuff like that, and like break down how the packets work and figure out how I can manipulate them so you can do what I can do whatever I want them to. Kind of like what I did with or tried doing with the blacksmith crafting, and it just failed miserably. That's so annoying. It worked. It worked. It just you couldn't drag multiple of the. It wouldn't let you do two things. It wouldn't let you drag. I couldn't add custom items to it for some reason. Fuck if I know why. It would just refuse to let me. Which is why you couldn't use the new elements. And something else. Cause I want to get rid of those NPCs. Those. And I want to completely remove the old crafting system theme. I blame him too. 100% their fault. I kind of want to play some FF10. But I'm not going to do that right now because I'm still doing coding stream. Probably for another half hour or so. Though I don't really have anything else planned for today's stream. Now that we're essentially done talking about the UI stuff, I can always go to head to head and look at balance talk and stuff. Sorry, I was reading the balance talk discussion on posted like a month ago or like 2 weeks ago. Apparently, I just never read it. Let me move this so I can actually reach out. Yeah, I will be posting the doc in a thread. Don't worry, that's already planned. Yeah, on the onslaught changes. I literally haven't read it at all since he posted on the 13th. It didn't pop up as new for some reason. Let me check suggestions. Clear item shop. I already did some adjustments to that today. Make one-handed new elements for. That reminds me, I need to take a look at the. I need Squishy to send me the new file, the state icon information file that he worked on. He's been steadily doing the buff icons for us. Fucking bless him. Like, that's so tedious to me. It's not that I don't want to do it, it's just I have other stuff to work on, that's all. So any errors, no, don't blame him for any errors. I mean, yes, blame him for errors, but don't harass him about it. But there is a difference. I'm not, of course you are. Let me check bug reports. You guys don't need at who. You guys don't need at who, right? I should probably give it to you anyways. Let's go in groups. There you go. I added it just now, don't worry. Macabre scale. The only Bort speed still is still the cloaking, right? Cloaking should be fine. That's what I don't get. SC cloaking. Let's see. Control F, SC. Final references. But that's what I was saying. I don't get how it's wrong. Crit. Crit. Oh, Grim Truth. True. Bonus damage based off cloaking crit. Oh wait, I'm looking at cloaking crit. Cloaking. There it is. Find a reference of those. Let's see. Yeah, so here's the code I have. Let me see the original. Here's the original code. And then so here's one bit and here's the other bit. Okay. I'm gonna be moving it so I can see it better. High note variables, sorry. And then so all I did was make it an if else statement. So it's literally these two statements right here, and then I adjust the values. So if value less than 3, 300%. Otherwise, it's 30 minus 3, which would be 70, which would be, I think, yeah, my numbers look like they're off. So what was my math on this? Greater or equal than 10. Okay, so that's the positive one. Which would be this one. Which would be 75, yeah. And 8. Yeah, that's correct. Okay. Yeah, 'cause 3 is equal to 8 movement speed. So that's this one right here. Like, max val, 75. Speed, above 10. I got rid of the above 10 part and just... Or no, I didn't get rid of the above 10 part. I just used the max right there. So... That should be a min, shouldn't it? That should be a min, not a max. Wait. Yeah, no, it should be a max. I think. Brain, help, yeah, so it should be giving you like Akuma's movement speed boost, or Research movement speed boost. And the value 4, by the way, is whether it's against the wall or not, so. Yeah, and I got rid of like the, why can't you test? Oh, okay, 1 second. Let me go ahead and do that real quick. battle debug true, pet debug true, save. I already know you don't have it. Let's go ahead and load up FTP. I'm not gonna set it right now. I'll do it once I'm on the stream. I'll reload them. But let me know of any other commands you can't do. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I've accessed those commands again. I guess I can always add this part back in. Let me go ahead and do this real quick. CPM minus equal tink. I'll just copy paste the exact code real quick. Yeah, my numbers look like they're slightly off. So max be 200. 200. That's 200 movement speed slower. Obviously, with speed boost is basically nullified the reduction. It's less than 200. And then this would be 30 is about 80. I'm gonna do quick rough math. And then 3 is 8. So this would be the correct, using the same exact math. Let's go ahead and do that. You think you're walking slower at higher levels? Okay. Yeah, that might be true. Looking at the math. Drop that real quick. Drop that. It's probably just slower then. That wouldn't surprise me. This is definitely a plus, so we went with the highest value. That should be 75. We already did the math on that. At level 10, you should get 75. Or 80 minus. So this would be 72 at max. And then it goes to 75 at 10. And this is running, this is equivalent if you're a Necromancer, Warmonger, Akuma, Berserk. By the way, yeah, all speed stacks, all speed stack now. That should fix it. Yeah, because this is just a slow, this is just a speed up. Yeah, all but these ones stack. Negative flats. Walls also speed you up. I did adjust the wall version right here. Let's go ahead and. Oop, wrong one. Okay, let's see. Alright, technically cloaking should be a 66% slow when you're off the wall below level 3. I have it down to a 50% slow. So it should be less of a nerf for, what's it called? But if we check, yeah, 330. I think this should be 90 actually. Okay. Yeah, so you should have 0% slowdown when you're against the wall at level 10. Is that correct? You just move at full speed, or sorry, this is when you're against the wall. This is when you're out on the open. When you're out in the open, you should have a 0% slow. Yeah, sorry, I had them. I have 1 is against the wall, 0 is not against the wall. It should be min. You're right. The max wouldn't be pointless, Teddy. It would always be maxed. Yeah, which is this right here. Or this right here, yeah, sorry. 90 minus 9 times skill level, which would be 0. I think that's where this was brought about, because this is a max instead of a min. I think that was the problem with, on the wall. And then off the wall, it should be this. Okay, yeah. Thank you, Teddy. For catching that right there. Yeah, so min 200 if you're 200 below 3. Just your job sort of. Yeah, I know what you mean. Build. That should work. Okay. Good. Type that out. Plan stuff. Patch notes. I'll test in a moment. Move Ninja. Ninja should be up here. Nope. Speed. Let's go ahead and test it. Start server. And then let me look for something else to work on. Sup? How are you, Melons? Yeah, we're still going. That sounds like fun. That sounds like so much fun. That reminds me, let me go ahead and fix this bug while I'm here. Key, load, set, minimize texture, map, extract. Okay, so I need, name any maps that crash, by the way. It does sound like fun, but also sounds like annoying. If that makes sense. I believe there was 4 said beach 4. He didn't. Okay, there it is. Beach done underscore 4. Okay. BACH underscore done 4. Okay. And then we need. There's a couple more maps I need to do. Let's see. Open. Line. Nope. Open file location. Map index. Scroll all the way to the fucking bottom. Okay. Where is folder? Sorry. I'm doing a copy of this real quick. I need how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm just fixing the maps real quick, just renaming textures. So we don't get map errors on some of the maps. That's asking for. There we go. Okay. Physical spreadsheet. A table. Yes, that would be a table. But let's see, at job assassin cross at J level at all skills at battle debug. By the way, in case you don't know, you can actually disable attacking and defending battle debug. Just an FYI, I don't know if you're aware. I believe it's... Oh, I just crashed the server. I'll have to fix that. Let's go. I found a fucking crash in battle debug. Let me go ahead and fix that, I guess. Battle debug. Cliff battle debug. Final references, or yeah, final references. Okay. That's command. If no message or no that message, let me hide our overhook. Let's see. So the message is failing. I'll actually like debug that. Whatever. I'm gonna hit BRB. I'm gonna go to the restroom. Did it? I'm back. Okay, kidding. Let's go ahead and start up a client. Start show. I mean, not really, because you can't AFK in your home. You can only AFK there for an hour, so not really. Or however long I set the duration to. Yeah, that'll debug. I'll look at that, remember how to fix that. Let's see. At J level 99. All skills. Okay, clicking. So you have yeah, so you're speeding up when you get off the wall. Should be the other way around. Instance close is when I tell you to close it. What refreshes it is re-entering it. Speed is slower when you're next to a wall. I walk away from a wall. .420. Okay, I'm 420. Let me walk next to a wall. Okay, 95. Okay, yeah, okay. Yeah, my bad. Okay, yeah, that's correct now. You lose about 20 speed. The old numbers would have been, let me pull up the old numbers real quick. SC, cloaking, find all references real quick. Oh, so you're technically getting slower when you are going into cloaking? Yeah, it's literally for 1 frame. The second you move it, goes away. Yeah, okay, you're faster when you first cloak. So I'm not cloaked, 420. I cloak, I go to 485, and then the second I move, it goes down to 420 again. That's interesting that it does that. I'm assuming that's just because of the way it's coded. I haven't changed how it's coded at all, so that means that's a normal behavior. That's interesting. So your first movement, your first movement is faster. Right? Once you start moving, it slows you down. If you cloak, you get faster, and then you go to move, and the second you hit move, it slows you down before you actually finish the movement. Okay, so yeah, that's proper. And let's compare it to the old speeds real quick. So the old speeds would have been you would have been slowed by 3 away from the wall. You would have been sold by you've been sped up by 25. Wait, you're being sped up by 21. Yeah. Yeah, so there's a 21 speed increase from the old system instead of 25. So it's slightly weaker. To the tune of like 15%. But your base speed is also different. Okay, that should at least feel better. Movement speed against the wall is technically slightly weaker because before you would be minus 25, minus 10. Yeah. But, oh my nose. Yeah, so you've been minus 35 from 150. Which is what, 115? Yeah, 115. So you've lost 6 movement speed. Or, in old system, you have 6 more movement speed. Which more is bad. But that's just a matter of conversions, so that's fine. I can tweak it slightly to just make sure it's right, but it is proper, like, wall is better than not wall now. Let's do 80 right here. There we go. That should be, yeah, so you'll hit 500, which would be closer, if not dead on. Let me go ahead and rebuild that real quick. Build, close, build solution. This needs to be an 80 as well. 80, build solution. Technically, this max is useless because of the way this is coded. Yeah, technically these are useless. So it could just be. I'll leave it in though. Whatever. Build solution. Let's go and start that back up. I think tomorrow I'm gonna, assuming I get a good night's sleep, I think I'm gonna do a game stream tomorrow. I've really been wanting to play Final Fantasy X again. I really want to play Legendary again, but I told myself I'm not going to play it again until the upscaling project is done, and then I'm going to play through it again once the upscaling project and server change are done. But let me look at bug reports while this is starting. Gray goat in navigation causes a little freeze. So I'm missing the gray goat sprite. No. If I only code, I don't get inspiration. And without inspiration, progress falls down, and my coding speed drops as well because I lose motivation. What actually kind of inspired me to work on the housing system. Yeah, that's fine. What actually inspired me to work on the housing system again was two things, actually. So it was Barry complaining about storage. That brought it back into my brain. And then I was playing Valheim. No, not Minecraft, Valheim. I was playing Valheim, and the way the game progresses, I really like it. Have you played Valheim recently or no? Or have you played it at all, I should say? Okay. So the game has a very, very, like, solid progression. But that won't motivate me, Melons. I don't actually need coffee. Stalker Gamma has good progression. Maybe I'll take a look at it. The way Valheim progression works is, so you have your basic tools, but you can't chop higher wood, and you don't have a pickaxe until you beat the first boss. The first boss, you take its antler, you make a pickaxe. Now you can mine. Once you mine, then you can get a better axe. You can get better woods. Valheim's latest update is nice. They did like, oh, the storage solution is terrible still. Like that has not been fixed. But that's kind of like, that's not really a bug. That's more of a play feature that a lot of people I can understand not liking. Yeah. Also, the controls are inverted from Minecraft, which drives me insane. Because in Minecraft, you shift click to put everything in. You control click to pull half out, or select partially, or something like that. Or right click, yeah, right click to pull half out. Valheim is reversed. Valheim, you control click to put everything in. And like shift and control are backwards for running and stuff like that. I wish they would have kept it the same as Minecraft. Or done the same control scheme as Minecraft, but that's... it's actually not that bad. If you get a ship, you throw a fucking cart on it, or two carts on it, all with 2 players or 3 players. You can actually carry quite a bit. You can carry like thousands of it with you, particularly if you break the cart. So you just have like loose materials on the ground in the boat. As long as your boat doesn't sink, you're fine, which your boat pretty much never sinks. I've had one boat sink, and that's because it was a raft, and I got hit by one of the fucking sea serpents. Server should be done starting up. Let me go ahead and start it. But the progression is really solid. So in order to go to the next tier, you have to do the previous thing, and it feels really like fair. The game's a challenge. Don't get me wrong. Like particularly Bone Mass is a very hard fight. Yes. Battle debug. Cloak. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so you gain 22 speed now. Okay, so you go from 420 to 500. Yeah, by the way, Assassin does get plus 20 speed just from existing. Yeah, the whole not being able to teleport items through teleport metals through a portal can be frustrating, particularly at first. I do get that, but I Rogue doesn't get movement speed base. Only Assassin does. Yeah, job stalker. Yeah, 400 movement speed. Yeah, the only jobs I do is Viking with dual wielding axes and Assassin Cross. They get base movement speed. Technically, so does mounted classes, obviously. So, Peko Knight gets more speed. So actually, let me Knight at mount at J level 99 at all skills at mount. Yeah, so yeah, they get 75 more movement speed. That's not innate, though. Yeah. If you're looking at buffs, then like half the classes in the game get it. Fucking all the melee classes have a speed buff, I think. Merchant has one. Knight, Crusader both have one. Rogue has one. Rogue has a speed buff. What are you talking about? Rogue, Tunnel Driver. Tunnel Driver was a speed buff when linked. They have a speed buff. Like, it's more than 100% movement speed. Chase walk, sorry. Wrong one. It's still a speed buff, though. And then, of course, there's potions. There's the potions, and then there's the fountain as well. Which is more movement speed than Assassin. Do 29. There we go. Yeah, so in agility, yeah, but all speed buffs now stack. I also changed the way item speed ups work. I still need to do some tweaking to it, I think. Currently, they are percent modifiers on your base movement speed. Item boost affect Peko Knight more than they affect Assassin, more than they affect Rogue. Speed up? I don't. I have to check. I think you're right. I'm pretty sure it's this right here. Let me pull up the code real quick. No. Curse is percent down. So the only thing that ignores everything is free cast. Oh yeah, motto. I'd have to check because now everything's additive, so you can really get fast. And then these are flat reductions. This one right here should probably actually increase a little bit more. 3. 3. Blade shot can be 2. These ones right here technically have not been modified. Where's... Oh yeah, here it is, speed up. So, speed up is a positive... Oh, my bad, Shimaro. Speed up is a positive percent modifier on base movement speed. So speed up, it affects all other skills. So you can use speed potions with other things now. And it affects your base speed. So I don't know. So it doesn't multiply other buffs, but it does multiply your base speed, which base speed is affected by Peko and Assassin and... Actually, no, I don't think it's I think Assassin is technically this, which is another percent modifier. And all the percent modifiers add up together and then multiply at the end. And base speed, though, is lowered by weight. So if you're overweight, you have lower base movement speed. Which of course multiplies into speed multiplier. So if you're overweight, you'll really feel it with if you have a bunch of gear that speeds you up. Or if you're using Swiftness Mastery, you'll really feel it. Yeah, the only like real exception to that is again, free cast, which I think it's the only thing that uses speed rate, right? Yeah, it's like the only thing that uses speed rate. No. Oh wait. Why? Yeah. Free cast is nice. What are you talking about? Especially if you get free cast and move cast. They stack. You can actually move faster with free cast if you have move cast on. Yeah. And free cast is the curse counter, yes, 100%. The other curse counter is 0 luck. Which Sage you can also get because of Book of the Dead. Yeah, or Blessing or Panacea. There are a couple counters, but or yeah, there's quite a few. Technically, level 5 Curse Rune is not a complete counter because Curse has a minimum chance of proccing. So technically, it doesn't completely nullify it because Curse has a very small chance of proccing regardless. I think it's it was 1% and I lowered it down to 0.01%. So you can still be cursed. Although, wait, was it... Are runes tolerance or are they resistance? I don't recall. I'm too lazy to look it up, so it doesn't matter. British Curse can ignore 100% resistance, though. It was too. The chance was too high. There's a minimum chance on it. Yeah, there is a returns. It fails if you have no luck, though. No, no. If you have 0 luck, it just fails. Status effects don't care who cast it. Yeah, so if you, it just returns 0. If your luck equals 0. Which just, returns 0 just means it has 0 tick and it fails. And then if I scroll down, I might have removed it, 1 second. Duration cut in half for bosses. Lowers your resistances by half if you're, what's it called? Okay, I removed the minimum chance. Never mind. So scratch what I said. Because it used to have a minimum chance on. Where is it? One of the sections of code, it had a minimum chance. Yeah. It was. Oh. So this is tick duration. What about stun? Yes, I know. With Ledger of Death, you cannot be cursed at all. Like I said, if you have 0, not negative, but you can't have negative stats. So, it actually caps you at 0. If you have 0 stats, you can't be cursed. Stun doesn't have a min chance. The only ones that have a min chance or this min duration. I believe. One of the what's it called skills is min duration. No, not min duration, min chance. Min duration is down here. All of these have min durations. Stuns 0.1 seconds. These are 10 seconds, 6, 5, basically 1 tick on most of these. Yeah, like Dark Binding is 2 seconds, is a minimum 2-second snare. Yeah, minimum chance, so. Because these hemophilia ignores resistances on bleeding. Which one was it? There was a skill that did have a chance. Whatever, it doesn't matter. I don't remember where the code is. I might have removed it outright. Moved the other one did it. If I remember correctly, it was like one of the Dorm skills, like the bite skill. I don't know. I'm not seeing it anywhere. I don't remember what the fuck name of the skill is in longevity. The fuck's the name of that skill? Okay, it's bothering me. I'm gonna find it. Kuma freeze from Winter. No, it was a 100%. It is a Dorm skill. No, normal Siegfried is down below. I already know what that is. That increases the resistances. Okay, so it's going to be using SC defense. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100% Yeah, I think it used to be in here. Whatever. I don't care. I really don't care. I'm pretty sure there was a bit of code that I just outright removed. I think it was here. I think it was above bleeding, above this little switch, where the Dorum bite skill would ignore. It had a minimum proc chance, so even if you had 100% resistance to it, it would proc, and completely ignore all resistances above that threshold. And Curse was like that for a while. I believe I removed it like a year ago. Out of the check patch note. It should be somewhere in the patch notes, and you're moving that min chance. Because you guys were complaining that you had immunity to it and you could still get hit by it. Which then lowered your resistances to other status effects. Okay, Melon. Have a good one. I'll probably be on for a little bit longer, but not much. I don't really think there's anything else for me to code offhand that I want to work on or talk about. I fixed some maps just now. This unit can be locked. Let's see. That's already closed. Okay. Yeah, I don't see anything else. So, anybody else have anything they want me to check on before I? I'm sorry to hear that. I really am. Also, I can relate. I'm technically still coughing. I still have coughing fits. Which is very annoying. I'll cough for like 4 or 5 hours. And it's been 2 months. Like I got sick November 24th. I got sick on. Yeah, I got sick on Thanksgiving, which was the 24th last year. So I was sick, and then I was like sick until like into end of December, which is why I pushed like 1 patch in December. Like actually, I think I technically pushed 2. Let me check patch notes. Because I did the ninja rework on 11.19. I got sick. I pushed a patch on 12.18, which was already stuff that I completed before I got sick. And then the 22nd was a small patch, and the 21st of January when I finally actually did a full patch. Like an actual patch. So almost 2 months of almost no patches because fucking sick. Yeah, I think I slept through the entirety of December because when I was sick, I was literally sleeping for like 18 hours a day. And I'm not even exaggerating at all, which is ridiculous for me considering I usually sleep like 3-4 hours. Like last night I slept 3 hours. Let me go ahead and update patch notes real quick. No, plus. Okay, let's see. New plat, can I mark? There's no quest yet. The quest is literally right here, so I just need to write it. That'll be probably my goal for the actual patch. Close that, close that, close that, close that, close that, close that. Let's go ahead and block that out so you guys can't get it from the NPC. I want some people to do the quest first to test it. It will be obtainable through Platinum NPC, but I'm going to disable it first just so people can test the. I want people to test the quest first. The quest is not hard. Like, here's the quest. That's what you need. And it's not going to actually consume days. Also, why it shouldn't require black earth kunai. And it's not going to require high poison kunai. There you go. Not going to require that, and not going to require that. I actually have a function for fetch quest too, so it's, yeah, super basic quest. Yeah. Save. Let me copy this. Put that in Discord. Delete messages. Post. Delete. Post. Back to the first space. Hello. Selling, Okazaru, restoring. Not resorting, restoring. Copy. There you go. Paste. Save. Okay. If there's nothing else, I'm going to call it a day and go eat. So, anything else? Last call. Any other questions from anybody who's not from the server for basic coding stuff, or anything you guys want me to check before I hop off? Nothing? Okay. What about you, Teddy? There's nobody I want to raid today. Okay. In that case, ending stream. Yes, I'll close the stream as always when the song ends. So enjoy the rest of the song, and I'll give you guys a few more minutes to figure out what if you guys have anything else. Bye-bye. Have a good one, no? We'll see you next week or tomorrow if I stream tomorrow. If I do a like Final Fantasy stream or something. And suddenly there's like 4 more people in here. Hello. We're getting ready to end stream, unfortunately, so unless you have any questions for me, I'm gonna be ending here. And that was the song. Okay, guys. Peace out. Catch you next week.